Well, we're well aware that Lara Croft gave most men steel.
I noticed you had a little crush, perhaps.
It wasn't just a little crush. I was totally perving out the whole time.
We also think that she survived a bit too much, or at least she should have been a bit more beat up.
You look terrible. Terrible, but happy.
Look at that face. Look at it. She may smell terrible, but she certainly doesn't look terrible. She looks super hot. This is a relatively small point, but seriously, look at what she survives. She smashes her side on a glacier. She survives this massive car wreck, even though she wasn't wearing a seatbelt. She falls at least 20 feet onto hard rock and strikes her head. She nearly drowns. She's immune to hypothermia. We get it, she looks hot in a wet tank top, but seriously, her body fat percentage is 0. She should be frozen to death. She also falls several hundred feet and doesn't even break a bone. It's cool, I'll admit that Lara is so tough, but it's also a bit absurd. If you're stopping to say to yourself, wait, she survived that? But how? Then you know that you've taken it a bit too far. Let's examine the scene where we are first introduced to Lara's father.
Lara, refusing to use the door again, I see?
But it's faster this way, Dad.
There's nothing happy about this scene. The frame is all washed out. We can't see Lord Croft's face. There's sad violin music. Things should have gotten cheerier when he had his heart-to-heart with Lara, but there's no hug or even a kiss on the head. Instead, he tells her that she's going to make a mark on the world, and then she'll make him proud.
Lara, listen to me. Someday, you're going to make such a mark on this world. You're going to make me so proud.
He's not proud of her now because she's doing well in school or because she's a good girl. He'll only be proud of her after she makes a mark on the world. Then this heartless moment ends because he gets a phone call.
Give me a moment, darling. I need to take this.
Now let's jump to the second flashback. Lord Croft is mad. Furious.
Don't you dare threaten me. After everything I've done?
Little Lara comes softly into the room to find him shouting into the phone, and when she asks him if everything is okay, he shouts,
They're fools!
This is not the behavior of a good father. A good father would have calmed down, smiled, and told his daughter that everything was going to be just fine.
When you become a parent, one thing becomes really clear, and that's that you want to make sure your children feel safe.
Lara tells her father that she's frightened, as any child would be seeing her father in this enraged state.
You're scaring me.
How does he console his daughter? With a kiss or a hug? Does he tell her that everything's going to be okay? Nope. He says,
I'm close, Lara. Close to something important. Someday, you'll understand.
This is not a good parent. In the third flashback, we're made to believe that Lord Croft has shot himself. At this point in the story, Lord Croft isn't a loving father whose reputation is wrongfully ruined. He's a narcissistic arsehole, a terrible parent, and a man who we think took the coward's way out and committed suicide. What has Constantine done that's truly evil? Sure, he pokes out this bloke's eyes.
Go easy. Go easy.
But who cares? This bloke's a bad guy. It doesn't make us hate Darth Vader when he kills an Imperial officer, does it?
Vader, the fleet has moved down to flight speed and we're preparing to...
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral.
And yes, he stabs Jonah. But Jonah doesn't die.
Destroying the source was the right thing to do.
So the edge is taken off of our desire for revenge. And as far as Constantine's good qualities go, he genuinely loves his sister, so much that he's willing to go through all of this trouble to save her life.
I will lead God's immortal army, and you shall live.
He may be a religious nutjob, but at least he made saving his sister's life his life's mission. Compare him to Lord Croft.
They're fools!
If you took away Constantine's crazy, he'd actually be a more noble character. He's not working for his reputation, but for the love of his sister. What does Anna do that's truly evil? She doesn't kill Lord Croft.
Trinity ordered his execution. I couldn't do it. I loved him.
She can't bring herself to kill Lara.
You will have your day.
We both will, just as long as you don't lose focus again.
What do you mean?
You're sentimental about her. The Croft girl, I can tell because she's still alive.
Anna's more of a pitiful character than a hateful character. She's dying. Her actions are motivated by her desire to become healed.
We aren't meant to live forever. Death is a part of life.
That's easy for you to say. You're not the one who's dying.
She may be selfish, but she seems to genuinely love Constantine.
I'm afraid Trinity is just using us. What if they don't intend to let you keep the source? We should prepare for...
No! You must have faith.
Take away the fact that Honor is working for Trinity and seeking the artifact for her own gain, and she'd be one of the good guys. So why is this a problem?
We're trying to solve a problem here, Billy.
Not like this, you're not. You're not even looking at the problem.
We're very aware of the problem. I mean,
Okay, good. What's the problem?
You'll see in a bit. What does Trinity do that's truly evil? They wage war on Jacob's people for the artifact. Well, this is bad. We don't care enough about Jacob's people to really care. The characters we care about survive: Lara, Jacob, his daughter, and Jonah. What do we care if a villager dies? While this may sound callous, think back to the part where one of Trinity's goons blew up someone's head with a shotgun.
Where is the divine source?
Did you even flinch? Did you shout? Of course not. You didn't even care. They did kill Anna, but nobody except Laura's getting teary-eyed over that. And I'd bet money that nobody's shouting, "No!" More importantly, Trinity is a big organization that we know nothing about. Nobody really hates Trinity, so if the writers can't get people to hate the organization itself, then its cheap operatives, Anna and Constantine, should be really hateful. But they aren't. So who is there left to hate? Yup, you guessed it. Osama bin Laden. Wait, no, Trinity's leader.
Take me to your leader.
The voice on the other end of a two-way radio. A bloke we hear give orders over a two-way radio. Yeah. This is a problem.
look, Billy, we all understand what the problem is.
And the writers knew that everything we're saying is absolutely true, and they admit it in Constantine's final cut scene. A classic example of backtracking. They know gamers don't hate Trinity, so they reveal the bombshell.
Trinity killed your father!
No, you're lying.
The problem is that we don't really care about Lord Croft, so this doesn't make us hate Trinity. Then, they try to get us to hate Constantine, so that we'd have a hell yeah moment when Lara kills him. So he insults Lord Croft.
He begged for his life, and when that failed, he begged for yours. He was a pathetic man. I pitied him. I like to think his last thoughts were of you, Lara. Of how he drove you away. How he had failed you.
There's two problems here. One, we don't care enough about Lara's father to get angry when he's being insulted. And two, Constantine's insults are mostly true. You may not have realized it, but your brain did. He describes Lord Croft in his last moments. There's nothing untrue about that. And anyway, Lord Croft did drive Lara away, and he did fail her. He was a terrible father. You still doubt that? How many 9-year-old girls have you heard say,
I don't want to understand. I just want you to stop. Be my dad again.
When you think about it, Constantine actually speaks the truth. Lord Croft was a pathetic man, a self-obsessed asshole who cared more about his hobby than about building a relationship with his daughter. Oh, I forgot we weren't talking about the reason why Lord Croft is an asshole anymore. Sorry about that. So, to get back to the handed topic, instead of creating truly hateful enemies, the writers use backtracking to try and get us to hate them at the last minute. This is lazy and unfortunate. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook and Google+. What do you think about all this? Do you think Lara survives too much? Do you like Lord Croft? Do you hate Constantine, Honor, or Trinity? Post your thoughts in comments below. Also, if you haven't already, check out my book, Great New World. There's a link in the card, annotation, description, and in the comments. Thank you for watching, and have a fantastic day.